Crisis hit Dewan Housing Finance has informed the stock exchanges that it might not be able to repay due in the near future as the firm is in talks with lenders on the resolution plan they have submitted. DHFL has submitted its resolution plan before the lenders who have signed the intercreditor agreement. In an exchange filing on Tuesday, DHFL said the draft plan made in consultation with the special committee and EY, its financial advisor, was submitted to the lenders. Banks have an exposure of Rs 40,600 crore to DHFL as on March 31, while the firm has an obligation of Rs 45,380 crore towards those holding its bonds and debentures. DHFL's total liabilities are to the tune of Rs 90,000 crores. The Securities and Exchange Board of India has initiated an inquiry against Central Depository Services over corporate governance lapse. The inquiry mainly covers three issues. 1. The board of company has not insisted the process of finding a successor to the managing director P.S. Reddy before he left the company. P.S. Reddy resigned as MD from CDSL on March 31, after which the post has remained vacant. Now the company has sought shareholder approval on three names, including Nehal Verma, who is currently Chief Regulatory Officer at BSE and member on CDSL's board. 2. The chairman was about to retire and the company board did not initiate the process of appointing a new chairman. As per the rules, the company has to begin the process 3 months before the current chairman's retirement date. CDSL did not recommend additional names despite SEBI rejecting 2. 3. Failure of the company in appointing independent public directors to the company's board. At present, 3 independent directors' posts are lying vacant. Usha Narayan's position on the board of CDSL is lying vacant after her death on July 1, and the board is yet to recommend the name to SEBI. 2 other directors also retired from the board after the completion of their tenure. In an all-out bid to convince the Reserve Bank of India, Indiabulls founder Sameer Gehlot has promised the regulator that he will relinquish all control and rights, have no say in the management, and bring the promoter group shareholding below 10% in the proposed bank to be formed after the merger of Indiabulls Housing Finance with Lakshmi Vilas Bank. With banks and mutual funds unwilling to lend to most NBFCs, after the collapse of ILFS and the default by DHFL, Indiabulls Housing had moved to RBI to transform itself into a bank by merging with LTD. A federal appeals court on Thursday rejected Facebook's effort to undo a class action lawsuit claiming that it illegally collected and stored biometric data for millions of users without their consent. The 3-0 decision from the 9th US Circuit Court of Appeals in San Francisco over Facebook's facial recognition technology exposes the company to billions of dollars in potential damages to the Illinois users who brought the case. It came as the social media company faces broad criticism from lawmakers and regulators over its privacy practices. Last month, Facebook agreed to pay a record $5 billion fine to settle a Federal Trade Commission data privacy probe. The Internet and Mobile Association of India on Thursday told Supreme Court that Reserve Bank of India had banned cryptocurrency on moral grounds as there were no studies the banking regulator conducted to analyze if these virtual currencies were actually harmful or not. In its challenge to the RBI circular barring banks from dealing in virtual currency, IAMAI said, while underlying technology called blockchain was not in question, a total prohibition of cryptocurrency was uncalled for. Overall gross exports of gem and jewelry fell 11.2% to $2.7 billion last month as compared to July 2018. Industry veterans attribute this to the US-China trade war's impact and the poor consumer confidence among others. In the first quarter of this financial year, gross export of gems and jewelry declined 9.3% to $12.15 billion from the same period last year. Annual gem and jewelry export has been around $40 billion, around 13% of India's total export. The government is mulling to transfer land assets and loans of loss-making BSNL to a special purpose vehicle in an effort to make the state-owned telecom firm a debt-free entity. Employees Union of BSNL, however, has alleged that the land parcel proposed to be transferred to the SPV at a value of Rs 20,210 crores are at prime locations of big cities and are grossly undervalued. BSNL's management denied the allegations, saying that valuation has been done only on indicative basis and final valuation will be done before disposing the proposed land parcels. UltraTech Cement Limited's net profit for the first quarter almost doubled to Rs 1,208 crore compared to the net profit of Rs 631 crore registered in the year earlier due to merger synergies and better operational efficiency. The rise in the profit for one of India's largest cement makers came on 15% growth in net sales to Rs 10,027 crore during the quarter. Siemens Limited has reported 21.4% rise in the third quarter net profit to Rs 248 crore for financial year 2019. The rise in profit came on a 4.9% increase in revenue to Rs 3,110 crore during the quarter. Siemens follows October-September financial year. Company's new order during the quarter stood at Rs 3,023 crore, registering a 6.4% increase over the same quarter last year. Uber Technologies reported a record $5.2 billion loss and revenue that fell short of the Wall Street target on Thursday as the growth in its core ride-hailing business slowed, sending its share down 6%. The company said a price war in the United States was easing and that an important measure of profitability topped its target. But slowing revenue growth raised questions about Uber's ability to expand and fend off competition.